Hello, beautiful humans. So lovely to meet you in a totally new space. Yes, that's me quiet for a moment for you to absorb the light you carry. This is a very beautiful book written by the one and only Michelle Obama, Overcoming in Uncertain Times. We all carry a light. You've heard me so many times talk about that. And today is me being sweet and vulnerable at the same time by sharing my experience in the journey of light. I've been in a space, corporate space, Sophia, Kenya for the last 7 years. And I got to get an employee spotlight in the year 2019. And I think it's fun for you to get to discover and learn this part of me together. We get to do this before I get into the details and the nitty-gritty of my different roles. Well, I have been here for the last 7 years. Woohoo! Are you excited as I am? I'm so happy. I'm actually so fulfilled. There we go. So the very first question is, Sophie, what's your career journey at Sophia been like? My response in 2019 was, ecstatic would be an understatement. I have seen Sophia grow from a small startup to the global company it is today. Nothing beats being part of the team that created the abundance machine and the impact we've made on the millions of underserved Kenyans. I would do it all over again. Question 2 was, what do you like most about your job? The people. In the spirit of Ubuntu, I said this a lot, even from my first video. I am because we are, right? My career journey is purely attributed to my mentors, my amazing colleagues, the great leaders, as well as the open culture in Sophia. I can reach out to the CEO, the founder, and the board members on ideas, and they will happily give their feedback. If you're in a corporate space or in any space, you know how hard it can be to access the leaders. But with Sophia, it's been a totally different story for me. So, question 3, you manage a team of talented sales associates. How do you keep them motivated to hit their targets? I love this question. Listening to understand. I try to get into their mind space by probing using the 5 whys technique. If you remember the first video, when I did the welcome to my philosophical world in the village, I did mention the 5 why technique. So it's an interrogative technique used to determine the root cause of a defect or problem by repeating the question, why? To understand the challenges they face and come up with solutions. We brainstorm together, set high expectations, and I have them take full ownership of their projects, and they get to enjoy the outcome of their own efforts. I actually get into the deeper perspective of this in the part 2 of this feature, the special edition of my corporate journey in Sophia. So I hope you really get to enjoy that when you get to that part. Question 4, your job allows you to travel a lot. What's the most interesting thing you've experienced in the field? Whew. This takes me back to the exact moment. It was actually in Kilimambongo in Machakos County. Yeah. My wow moment has to be when I took some potential investors for a market visit. They were amazed to see the kids in the area we visited, happy and with the most beautiful smiles, despite their evidently disadvantaged backgrounds. It's at this moment that I was reminded of how you don't need much in your life to be happy. It also reminded me of a song by Sia. I love Sia. She's actually my favorite artist. You are never fully dressed without a smile. You are never fully dressed without a smile. So smile. It's how the song goes. And it's the best of the best songs. It's actually got to be the highlight of the spotlight. You are never fully dressed without a smile. And I will emphasize on that. Happiness is about being present in the moment. I talk about it a lot. Literally, this podcast is about Happy Humans podcast. You can imagine these are investors, so they're obviously billionaires, but the humility in finding joy in children, in the village, just happy, playing. It makes you realize about the impact of happiness is about the present moment. And now, the kids don't need to worry about tomorrow. And that's how we are reminded every day to be more like kids, because the joy is in the now. What is the current moment? But most of the times we focus on anxiety, which is the future, stress, which is the past. So in the current moment, the present moment is where happiness lies. I'm so happy that the interviewer of this got to get my happiness. Can you imagine this was in 2019 and me in 2023 when I've started the Happy Humans podcast? Isn't that just beautiful? That means we are always on our path of the light. It's always there, always there. So it's never a dull moment. Never think you've lost your spark. It's always there. Never second guess yourself. Question 5, if you could switch jobs with anyone in the company, who would it be and why? The response to this has everything to do with fears I'll talk about in the second part of this video. Yes. The Vice President of Technology. The nature of our business makes the company highly tech dependent. We cannot go a day without the teams in software and systems support. I think the IT guys are the most unseen on a day-to-day basis, but have the highest impact. I would love to have that much impact on processes, but still be low-key. I think it's super cool, and it's the most innovative space in the continuous global digital shift. This is me being vulnerable. Now that is actually in the past, I was afraid of technology. I confronted this fear beginning of this year in 2023, and voila, bring it on. I am ready. Like, that is what courage means. Exploring and confronting your fears becomes a total game changer. I'll share more details in the part 2 about that role that I've been in 2023 that will bring this home. This is cute. There will be another photo that we'll share on this of my team in trade. It's actually beautiful. Reminiscing on the good times. Question 6. What's one fact about yourself that would surprise us? I am an extroverted introvert. I am an outgoing person, and I would be easily mistaken for an all-out extrovert. I am at my best when spending quality time by myself to recharge and radiate new energy when in the next social space. I love traveling, and my solo trips take the day. Would you believe that? I can be easily mistaken to be a social butterfly, which I am, but being by myself is just magical. I'm one of those people who enjoy their own company a lot. I can spend the whole weekend by myself, happily, no complaints, and ready to face on the next day, to embrace the world, share my light with the world, meet new people, radiate good energy all through happily. Question 7. What's one meal you'd never eat and why? This one, my life, story of my life. Unfortunately, eggs. I am highly allergic given that food is my first love. This doesn't help. My mom noticed my allergy when I was a year old, and it has never changed to date. It sucks to be me, you would say. Always missing out on all tasty pastries, desserts, and the sweet delicacies. I have to keep nagging chefs for ingredients they have used in a recipe. C'est la vie. French meaning such is life. And as one of my mentors always tell me is, we adjust and move. We adjust and move. Trust me, it's not easy when you're allergic to something, like you're actually intolerant. And you can imagine eggs is a high ingredient product in pretty much all restaurants. I wish it were different, because I think people in the hospitality industry are the sweetest, kindest, and it's not easy. When you're in the service space, it's not easy to serve people. So you can imagine when they have to attend to like 20 people, then there's Sophia. There's Sophia that they need to go to the chef and lay so much emphasis on their allergies. And it's so easy for them to miss. That has happened a couple of times, which landed me into hospital ASAP. Yeah, I wish I didn't have to deal with that, but we embrace everything that we get to experience in life. Question 8, where in the world would you like to visit if money wasn't an issue, and why? I'm actually at the Sophia. That's a lover of the sea. So, the 7 oceans of the world. Coincidentally, I am Sophia. I am the Sophia, a lover of the sea. I love traveling, and I would explore different continents annually that have the best beaches and learn about the different cultures. For starters, I would visit the countries that border three oceans, that is Canada and Russia. Yes, it's cool. Don't even, but when you love nature, when you love the sea, you're ready. Bordering the Pacific, Atlantic, and the Arctic Oceans. I am inspired by a leadership team member in Sophia who actually did take a 6-month sabbatical world tour. How that sounds surreal. Yeah, it actually happened. Just taking time for yourself. And sometimes as humans, we forget to do that. Sometimes we're so focused on the capitalist world, and we forget to actually stop, smell the roses, breathe. So I would love to do this. I hope in the near future I get a chance to explore as much as I can. I travel when I can, but there's more to it. It would be beautiful to do it for the rest of my life and get to film from different locations for the Happy Humans podcast. Last but not least, what do you hope to achieve while working at Sophia? Quantitative and qualitative learning and development. I want to positively impact the team every day and nurture them to become the best versions of themselves. This was in 2019. What I'm doing right now is Happy Humans podcast, which is the journey of self-discovery, self-mastery, to people living as the best versions of ourselves. As I say, we manifest our lives into existence. I wrote the best versions of people, like guiding people, sharing light with the world in 2019. 4 years later, here we are doing it in action. So I'm so happy. And I literally dropped the mic, or is it drop paper for this case? Thank you so much. As always, it's never a goodbye. Catch you in the next one.